Instagram bios, they're actually a lot more important for your salon, spa, or clinic than you might think. I'm here with Kirsten from Savvy Salon Marketing, and she's actually going to take us through the secret formula to creating an Instagram bio that actually works. Kirsten has worked with hundreds of salons, spas, and clinics, and she works with them to help them improve their online presence and their Instagram accounts. So she has had a lot of experience in this area. And Kirsten, thank you so much for joining us. Can you please tell us, why are Instagram bios so important?
Hi, Janelle. Thanks for having me back. Instagram bios are like super important, and they're a key piece of real estate when someone lands on your Instagram account, and you've got a split second, less than a blink of an eye, to interest them and encourage them in for a closer look, or you may just lose them. So basically, people are actually on Instagram, yes, for entertainment, and they're looking for things to look at, but if they're looking for a salon near them, they need to know that you are near them. And how are they going to know and be interested if you don't have a bio that tells them what they're looking for? Basically, as I said before, you are front and center. And if you've got it set up correctly, then you've got a greater chance of them coming into your Instagram profile, having a closer look at who you are and what you do, or you may lose them.
Nice. Thank you very much for that overview. It's quite clear that Instagram bios are actually probably a lot more important than we think, because we've got less than a second to really capture someone's attention while they're on your profile. So what's the secret formula? What do we need to do to make our Instagram bios as good as possible?
Okay, so as you said, we've worked with hundreds of salons, and we have in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK. We've worked with over 150, and we've tried and tested all sorts of bios. And of course, that changes as the Instagram algorithm changes and as Instagram tells us what is the optimal bio. Now, there's no one size fits all, but we at Savvy Salon Marketing are salon specific only, and so we know what works in that industry based on what Instagram is telling us. So one of the important things to remember is that your Instagram bio is actually searchable by SEO. So if people are in the search on the Instagram platform and they're going, I need a salon in Wellington, if you've got that in your bio, you will come up in the search. The other thing is, if people are searching for salon that does laser in Wellington or wherever, if you've got those words in your bio, then you've got a better chance of coming up in the search. So I don't think people necessarily realise that that part of your Instagram profile is searchable. So that's obviously key to everything else that I'm about to tell you now. So if you imagine in your eye an Instagram bio or your Instagram bio, I'll just work through from top to bottom. So the first thing that you see is the profile pic. And we always recommend that salons put their logo in there. And the reason that we say that is because generally people know your logo, particularly if they're current clients. And if they've got the same logo on Facebook, they've seen it on your website, and then they see it on Instagram, and it's an instant visual recognition. Oh, I know the salon. It's the one I was looking for, if they had you in mind. So sometimes you'll have a nice smiley face of a person, or some people have an out of focus or out of frame picture of nails or a hair shot or something. That's fine, but it doesn't actually give the person searching any direction that it's you. So always good to have your logo. Then as you work down the Instagram bio, the first thing they then see is obviously it's your Instagram username. And often when we're setting up our Instagram profiles, we don't think about the username. We find what is available. But ultimately, if you can have the name of your salon and have a username that's the same as what you use on Facebook, that's ultimately ideal. But that doesn't always happen, because other salons around the world or wherever will often have similar names to the username that may be taken. So try and find a username or redo your username, which is possible, to have the name of your salon. So so that's the first tip. Then I'm just looking at an Instagram profile here for House of Beauty in Wellington. They've got a really good Instagram profile or bio, obviously because we built it for them, but it's working and it's doing really well, and it's got all the things in it that I'm going to tell you. So if you're looking for an example, that's a good one to go and look at. So she's got her logo, and if you've got a really busy logo or it's not going to fit in the circle, if you can take a part of your logo, like she's got HB, so but she often uses that icon of her logo in other parts of her marketing material, so it should be recognisable. So that's really important. Then in the next line down, this is where you would put the name of your salon. So she's got House of Beauty. Then she's got a line, and then it goes Mana Wellington. Now, what's important here is that she's put the area in up front so people can see, okay, she's in Wellington. Yep, okay, great. Wellington's a big place, but she has put Mana, so people who are looking for a particular area will go, okay, it's worth me carrying on and having a look. The next thing is actually figuring out your category. And in this particular example, it's day spa. And the categories are provided by Instagram. They're not categories that you can actually change yourself. So there's health and beauty and personal care, there's beauty and cosmetics. So whatever relates most closely to your salon, you put that in there next. Then you've got what I call a headline statement. And this can be done in capitals, or it goes across the page and it's separated by I call it the up and down line. I don't even know what the official name for it is, but it's where you get to put really important information about what you do. So some people will have advanced skincare, some people will have beauty essentials for waxing, or some people, it's just a statement of your core focus. If you're a skin clinic, you might put, skin clinic focusing on something. So it's just a core statement of who you are, because you want people, because if that's your key offering or your main offering and people are searching for that, they've got through the rest of the information and then they've got, okay, cool, they've got that main treatment that I'm looking for. So you create a headline of what you offer, and then under that, this is where we start to list things. So rather than having a headline, we're now moving into the top 3 to 5 treatments or products that are key to what you offer. And this is where we start to use emojis as well. And quite often in a bio, you just see people listing, it's just a block text and it just loses people and they just go, oh, that's all too hard. I have to work to find the information. I'm gone. And then you've lost them, and that could be, a potential client gone forever. So you can have different emojis for every single treatment, or you can have the same emojis. That's where you get to be slightly creative. And then it's very limited inside the Instagram app how creative you can be. And the other thing to remember is that when you are building your Instagram bio, you only have 150 characters. So that's every letter and every space comes to 150. So it's not a lot to work with, and I'll talk a bit more about that in a minute. So have a think about, is it a product range? Is it some treatments or services that you do that are key in your area that you want to be known for, or that people are searching for? List those down in order. And then the next thing is to have a short description if you've got room, and it might say serving men and women in the Mana area for 20 years or something like that. So it could be, what you're doing in this bit is you're letting people know who you're trying to attract to your salon. Are you a barber and just looking for men? Are you a hairdressing salon and looking for mothers and children? Or, who is your main target market? Or are you a skin clinic and you're looking for women with mature skins? So that is quite niche, I realise that, and not everyone wants to be quite so niche. But it's quite good to be able to let people know who you're actually trying to attract, so then they can self-select and go, okay, well, that's not me, I'm moving on. And it gives you the opportunity to say to people, if you're this, come to us. But the key thing here, and I said it earlier, is to make sure you have your location. There are so many salons that don't have their location. And that's why we've put it up at the top. And then there's an area down below where you can, if you have your Instagram linked to your Facebook, and over on Facebook you have your address on your Facebook page, it will automatically populate over onto Instagram. and it's so important. If you do nothing else, put your location on your Instagram bio, because in that split second when people come in, if they can't see the location, they're gone. And one thing to be aware of is that if you're listing, Cambridge, there's Cambridge in the UK. There's Cambridge in all different countries. So somewhere you need to be able to put which country you're in. It might sound obvious, but Instagram's a global platform. So, and we're trying to capture people locally. Now, on the House of Beauty, she's put in her website, so that's cool. And it's got .co.nz, so that's obviously she's in New Zealand. She's also got her Facebook page linked to her Instagram, so it comes up with her full address, 99 Mana Esplanade, Wellington, New Zealand. Perfect. So if nothing else, location, country, address, link it from Facebook to Instagram, and that's going to be a winning Instagram that gives people that snapshot. It's interesting because it's got emojis, it's got treatments and services that they're looking for, and you've got a much better chance of holding their interest and being found in the searches.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So from what you said, it's super important to, for one, be aware of what you're putting as your profile picture. Also, yes, making sure that your brand name is correct in your handle. Your location is really obvious so that people know that you're in their area. And also ensuring that you're trying to attract your ideal clients, right? So what would they be searching for, and what are they interested in, and what are your strengths, and help that to really shine through with your profile. Well, thank you very much for that formula. Do you have any other final tips for us before we end this video?
Yeah, I do actually. And this is really just a helpful, handy tip when you're creating your bio. If you're creating it directly in the Instagram app, and I said earlier you have 150 characters, if you're creating it directly in the app and it's over 150 characters and then you push save, it won't save and you will have lost all your work. And I've learned the hard way more than once. So what I do now is I use a Word document and I will create an Instagram bio in there. When you're using Word, of course, it gives you the word count and the character count so you can see how you're tracking. And it gives you the ability to play around, get creative, have a look at the emojis. You can move things around so you can absolutely optimize that 150 character count. You can save it. Then you can put it into the Instagram app area where you put your bio, save it there, go and look and see what it looks like. And you go, yeah, no, I want to move things around now. Check it on your mobile, check it on your desktop, check it on other devices if you've got other devices to make sure it looks great. But saving it in your Word document, cannot recommend that highly enough because it saves you time, frustration, and tears, which I've had. So, because it does take quite a bit of time to maximize that 150 characters. And if you then lose your work, it's just starting all over again. So that's my pro tip. So the other thing is that we've written an ebook called The Salon Owner's Guide to Instagram. It's a really comprehensive guide. It's got the 15 essential things you must do to get an Instagram account performing for you. It's bite-sized bits of information. It's easy to read, and you can download it if you go to the @Savvy Salon Marketing Instagram page and download it from there. But the good thing about that is that you also get a series of 26 emails, not spammed, not in your inbox and just spamming you with rubbish. They are 26 really good actionable tips that you can act on in a very short amount of time to make your Instagram profile perform better. So it's very short and sharp, and it lands in your inbox every sort of 3 to 5 days. So that's over on our Instagram page in the link in bio, and you can download it from there. And I think also, Janelle, you're going to post it somewhere that people can download it if they're looking at it from your site. So, yeah, so we've had that worked out. It's super up to date. We've had it checked because, of course, Instagram's changing all the time. And yeah, so it would be great if people were to download that and, they've got their handy manual.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. It sounds like a really great resource. And as Kirsten said, you can go over to Savvy Salon Marketing and download that resource through their link in bio. And I'll also add that into the comments section here for easy access for you all. So thank you very much, Kirsten, for joining us and revealing the secrets formula to an Instagram bio that actually works and gets results and gets people found by the algorithm. And if you would like any more tips like this, please follow Katimba on Facebook or Instagram, and also head over to Savvy Salon Marketing, check out their website, and also follow them on Instagram as well. Great. Thank you very much, and see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.